I was curious, I think one of the concerns that I've seen just in the last few days was around Valley View after this change relative to Valley View prior to the redistricting. You said I think the projection for Valley View was going to be about 400 plus kindergarten.
Right.
How does that compare to what Valley View was before redistricting, before Edgerton opened roughly, do you recall?
Yep, Valley View last year was about 620. It had been 640 a couple of years prior.
So we're not overpacking Valley View again. We're not
not.
bringing portables back. We're not. It's
Correct.
We have
No,
space.
we're not bringing
capacity.
portables back.
Yeah. Okay.
How would that enrollment then of about 450 compare to some of our other buildings?
I can tell you. Hopefully, I can tell you. The question was, how does that compare to the enrollment of some of our other elementary buildings? And let me see if I have that somewhere. I can't find it right now, but for example, Edgerton's about 450. Meadow Ridge is at 497. Roguewood's 580, and so it fits within that bandwidth of being able to provide teachers with collaborative partners, students with other students to interact with, and so it would certainly not get anywhere near being the largest, and it would fit within that kind of that framework of elementary buildings in the district.
I might be mistaken here, but is Roguewood's at 580, Valley View would be at 470? Those are the same building footprints, aren't they? Or
Crestwood is the same building footprint really as Valley View,
okay.
and Crestwood has 475.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you were walking up to the podium, you mentioned that some people had said you had not been as transparent. And I don't know where that came from, but just to, help you, was there anything you would have done differently to make it? I don't know what you've done. So is there anything you would have done differently to be able to walk up to that podium and not say, I wish people don't think that I was transparent with this?
Last year, during the redistricting conversation, we had some community forums and met with parents ahead of time. This seemed like a more difficult discussion, and so I wanted to present it to the board first, and then with a month in between to have some of those discussions. We looked at a variety of alternatives administratively to try to identify, are there options to try to increase Parkside's enrollment, to try to change boundaries perhaps, but as I said, the majority, the other 8 elementaries are pretty much right-sized where they need to be. And so I think part of the conversation was that last year we had these meetings ahead of the recommendation. This year we did not. We're going to hold those afterwards. And so I think that's where the sense of that we weren't being transparent came from.
So are you saying that perhaps we could have brought it to the community sooner?
In my view, that would have not been the preferred method. I think coming to the board first, because this ultimately is a board decision, and presenting it to the board in a public meeting was the best way. And then as we move forward, we'll continue to have conversations over the next month with families. And so we're not going to hide from them, and we're going to try to be as available as we can to answer questions from them.